All right, what's going on, guys? So this is your basic 5-piece drum set. Your bass drum counts as one drum, snare drum, tom 1, tom 2, floor tom. So the first cymbal we'll be talking about is the hi-hat. This is a very key cymbal to a drum set player. A lot of time is kept on this. Also, a lot of accents can be played on this as well. All right. The next one is going to be the ride cymbal. A lot of time is played on the ride cymbal as well. There's also some really percussive, bright metallic hits on the bell of the cymbal, and does really well with cymbal rolls also. Next cymbal is a crash cymbal. This cymbal looks a lot like the ride, right? What makes it different is its diameter and its thickness. The ride cymbal is a much thicker instrument because it takes it needs to be articulate when you play it, and it needs to cut through. The next cymbal is a splash cymbal. Again, this looks a lot like the crash, but what makes it different is its size. And the last cymbal is the China cymbal, which is this cymbal that looks broken. It's kind of like inverted, folded outward kind of. This is a special effects cymbal. So when you hit the cymbal, it's a very short, loud, fast, trashy sound. Really just there for accents and stuff, and just to add a little bit of color to your playing. The average hi-hat diameter is 14 inches. You can get them at 13, you can get them at 15, and you could even get them, I think, as little as 10. I think I've seen like hi-hats around that size. You notice that there's two cymbals here, one on the bottom, one underneath. The underneath cymbal is on the thicker side. It's thicker than the top one, and this is played by engaging this foot pedal here. Right? And you can also hit it with your drumstick. Ride cymbal. Play this here. You can play closer to the edge. It'll be a much washier sound. You play it on the shoulder right here, the sweet spot. You can hear how much more that cuts, right? And then on the bell, it's a shorter sound, but it's much brighter. And if you side stick it, which means to play with the shoulder of the drumstick, it comes out even more. Your crash cymbal, and just made to be hit. You can ride on it, but with the thinness of it, it's just not going to be nearly as present as the ride cymbal. Now, sometimes you'd want that. You want to just do some really light ride playing, but the ride cymbal is a little bit too loud. Then you would do it on the crash, right? And typically crash cymbals are anywhere between 14 to about 18 inches. The 18 inches will sort of take you into the crash ride area, all right? The ride cymbal is about 18 to 20. 20 is about average, and then you can also go up to 22. And I'm sure some Yahoo made much bigger ones than that. And your splash cymbal here. Again, really short, fast sound. Normally, I can't do the technique right now because I'm holding the phone, but normally you would hit it and then kind of choke it right afterwards. These are really good for accents. This is used in musical theater a lot. You know that thing, right? That's usually that cymbal, right? And these range from 6 inches to 12 inches, right? And lastly, the China cymbal. These come in all different sizes. I think this is a 14, 6. I don't remember what the diameter of this thing is, but you can get them as big as 20. So you can find China cymbals the size of rides, and you can find them a little bit smaller as well. Size differences are really what distinguish these instruments from each other. And the smaller you get, obviously, the higher pitch. The bigger it is, the lower the pitch. Right? Splash cymbals are relatively thin as well. So a little bit thicker, thickest, all right, of the actual hanging cymbals. When you come down to the hi-hat, of course, it all depends. These all come in different thicknesses, but usually always in the 14-inch variety. All right, so we put it in context for you guys a little bit. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how all these cymbals work in context with a drum set. All right, so your hi-hat first. This is your timekeeper, so it'll do something like this. Ride cymbal, same thing. crash cymbal is there to accentuate like a big beat or end of a fill. So. Right, or just put some more weight on a beat. Then you have your splash cymbal. Kind of does the same thing, but not quite as aggressively, and it's a much faster, shorter sounding cymbal. So I notice in volume it kind of pales in comparison, right? But this is also an effect cymbal. I think I mentioned this before. This is used a lot in musical theater and older kind of jazz and stuff. All right, and the last cymbal is this China cymbal over here. This is, again, very trashy, short, fast sound. It's very loud. It's there to accentuate accents and end of fills. Just like the crash, but just a little bit more sparingly because this is a very loud, obnoxious drum cymbal. Quick tour about how these basic basic cymbals work with your basic 5-piece kit. Not all basic sets will have a China cymbal or a splash. You'll probably have a splash before a China, but they all definitely will have hi-hats, crash cymbal, and ride cymbal. Okay, that's like the basic package that comes with the drum set if you buy a full package, and then you sort of add these special effects cymbals a little bit down the road.